Hello you guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome to my annual everything that I got my kids for Christmas video. I can't believe that I am sitting down to make another one of these. I feel like I just made the last one, but today I am going to be sharing an anticipated video from you guys, and that is what I got my kids for Christmas in 2024. For context, I am a mom of three. I have a 3-year-old daughter, a 2-year-old little boy, as well as a little baby girl that would be around 8 months old at the time of Christmas. So everything that I purchased for them is sitting around me right now, and I'm gonna go through all of it with you guys today. I do consider myself to be pretty minimal when it comes to our kids' toys. We don't have a huge playroom, and I do try and keep all of their toys in that space, and so that does require me to be quite minimal and intentional about the things that I bring in for birthdays and Christmas every single year. So I have 3 gifts for each of our kids, and then I have a couple of shared gifts to show you as well. I am also going to do my very best to give you guys as many links as possible to the things that I am sharing today. A number of these things can be just found on Amazon. Some of them I do think you have to look for some smaller shops to find, and for the things that can't be found on Amazon, I will try and link websites that will ship it to you as soon as possible because Christmas is coming soon. So without further ado, let's dive on in. So starting with my 2-year-old little boy, he is very much into the typical things. He loves fire trucks, he loves construction vehicles, all of that fun stuff. And so the first gift that I grabbed for him, and I'll kind of go, I guess, like in order of like the magnitude of the gift, if that makes sense. But the first little gift that I got him was this wooden puzzle. It's by the brand Goki, which I had never heard of before, but I liked that this puzzle was a little bit more advanced, something that he can grow into. He's definitely at a place now where just the typical shape puzzles he can complete pretty quickly, and so I thought that this was a cute way to kind of motivate him to work on the more complicated jigsaw puzzles where there's a few more pieces, and I just thought that the imagery on it was really cute of the excavator kind of shoveling dirt into the back of the truck, and I also liked that it was wooden. So this is a 24-piece puzzle. It is made in Germany, so I do feel good about the quality of this, and I feel like it's something that's going to last us for a while. So I will try and put a link for this one down in the description box as well. So the next gift that I got for my 2-year-old little boy is something that's a little bit more advanced, but he is a very musical kid. Like, he will already sit down with a guitar and strum it and sing the lyrics to songs, which is something that he sees his dad doing all of the time as well. So it's just kind of something that's in him. For his first Christmas, we got him a Loog guitar, and he has loved that guitar so much. It's gotten so much use. So I thought that I would kind of continue on in that same vein by getting him another musical gift, and this is an electronic drum pad. There's a number of pieces inside this box that are all kind of wrapped pretty intricately, so I'm not gonna unbox all of it, but I'll show you guys a little photo here of what it looks like when it's all set up. My little boy is obsessed with drumming, and he will take anything that he can find and turn them into drumsticks, whether it is sticks while we are outside on a walk, whether it's cutlery in our house. He'll even take the bottom of like the brooms in their play kitchen and just like start drumming with them. And I have been a little bit nervous and apprehensive to dive into the full toddler drum kit world because I know that they are quite noisy. This electronic drum pad I thought was a great in-between for him to be able to still kind of lean into that interest and that passion of his, but we can also turn the volume down. There's an option to plug in headphones if you want it to be a little bit quieter for you, so I thought this was like the perfect in-between. You can also record what you drum on here, so they can actually record something and then play it back and hear it again. So I thought that this would just be a really fun thing for him to practice drumming and also have it be something that all of us in our house can manage. Okay, moving on to the final gift that I got for our 2-year-old boy this year. I decided to get him something that I feel like is very much a rite of passage for a little boy, at least the boys that are interested in like construction vehicles and just vehicles in general, and it is a Tonka Steel Classic car. So Tonka Steel Classics have been around since 1946, I believe. It is an American brand that has been making these construction vehicles and vehicles in general for kids for years and years now. My husband had Tonka Steel Classics cars when he was a kid, and so it just felt like I had to get him his first, and honestly maybe his only, because these things are not small. Like, I don't know how to give you a reference point of how big this thing is, but it is quite large. You could probably even store toys in the back of this thing. These things are like pretty well indestructible. The back of the dump truck is actually made of steel, so it is pretty solid, well made. I will say that over the years they have gotten a little bit of flack because I'm pretty sure these vehicles used to be entirely made out of steel, and over time they have introduced a little bit more plastic. They're still very well made, and I like that this is a toy that he could play with in inside, he could take it outside because it is so indestructible. My husband actually still has his Tonka trucks, and they are stored up at their family cottage, and they're played with out on the beach because they are great toys to play with outside and in the dirt or in the sand. So this does feel like another one of those toys that he can really grow into and grow with, and I'm really excited for him to open it on Christmas Day. At Christmas time, as moms, we spend a lot of time thinking about what we are going to get and give to our kids, but it's okay to think about yourself a little bit too. So what is on your Christmas list this year? I don't know about you guys, but I am such a homebody, and being a stay-at-home mom has really just cemented that for me. And so pretty well everything on my Christmas list is designed to help optimize my experience of being at home. A huge optimization that my husband and I made to our home about 9 months ago now is upgrading to a Birch mattress, and I am so excited to be working with them on today's video. Birch makes fiberglass-free mattresses that have been crafted from organic cotton, organic wool, and 100% natural latex that are all responsibly sourced. Their mattresses are also free of polyurethane foams, which you may not know is actually a common material used in mattresses, but it causes harmful off-gassing and actually releases emissions into the environment that aren't great for our world or our health. By opting for Birch, you can reduce your environmental impact by choosing a mattress that is made of natural and organic materials. When my husband and I decided to make the switch from a queen to a king mattress 9 months ago, we loved that Birch Living mattresses were GOTS and Green Gold certified, meaning that they are free of unnecessary chemicals and pollutants, but the organic wool also helps to regulate body temperature while you sleep. It's mildew resistant, mold resistant, and flame resistant as well. We opted for the Birch Luxe mattress, which is composed of 8 different layers of organic wool, organic cotton, and 100% natural latex. And besides how incredibly well crafted this mattress is, it's also just the comfiest surface that I have personally ever slept on. It has targeted zoned lumbar support, so it contours to your body super well, and it also has over 1,000 individually wrapped steel coils to really cradle your body while you sleep and limit motion transfer if someone is getting up to go to the bathroom or get water and you are staying in the bed, or vice versa. Any of the moms with babies or young kids know that sleep can be incredibly hard to come by in this season, and that is why when I am asleep and I do climb into this bed at night, the quality of that sleep that I get is so important to me, and I can definitely attest to the fact that my Birch mattress has helped to make the sleep that I am getting a lot more comfortable and a lot more restorative. Birch also cares that you love your mattress, and they're confident that you will, and that is why they offer a 100-night sleep trial so you can test it out for yourself. They also do offer a 25-year warranty, and the best part is that your mattress will deliver straight to your doorstep for free if you are in the US. So if you are still looking for ideas to put on your Christmas list this year, why not invest in the gift of sleep, the gift that truly keeps on giving? I think it's such a great way to set yourself up for great rest going into the new year as well. Any of you are interested in checking out a Birch mattress, you can head to the link in my description box or birchliving.com/BethMoore to get 20% off of your Birch purchase, as well as 2 free eco rest pillows. Again, that is birchliving.com/BethMoore to save 20% off on a Birch mattress and get those 2 free eco rest pillows. So thank you so much to Birch for working with me on today's video. Moving on to my 8-month-old baby girl, this one was very tricky because I feel like she really does not need anything, and to be honest, she doesn't really need anything. But also with the toys that my 2 toddlers play with as well, I feel like she's always getting into their stuff and is already so curious about it. So I did have to rack my brain on this one a little bit, but I'm really happy with where things have landed and what I have chosen to give to her. Starting off, to keep things real practical, I decided to get her a piece of clothing, and I got a piece of clothing from one of my favorite small shops. It's actually someone that is a viewer of my YouTube channel that I've become friends with over the years. She is so sweet. Her name is Nicole, and she is the founder of a store called Lily & Cole. She makes the cutest baby and toddler clothing, but they are also able to be fully customized and embroidered for your kids as well. So this is the little custom knit that I got for her from Lily & Cole. I want to say that the color of this sweater is the shade Blush, but I will put the full details of it down in the description box. Nicole kind of helped me figure out what colors would look good and kind of how I wanted it to look. And if you're curious about like what different knits to choose or what the different options will look like, she is super helpful in giving suggestions on all of that. But it just says Rosie in lowercase letters, and then over the eye, I requested that she actually make the dot a little rose to kind of match her name. I'm so happy with how it turned out. I think I got this in the size 12 to 18 months because I wanted it to be a little bit oversized and something that she could wear for a while. Did the same thing with my first baby girl sweater. I'm pretty sure I got her like a size 2 or something something like that when she was still 1, and she can still fit into it. So we've gotten a lot of good use out of it. Every single time my daughter wears her Lily and Cole sweater, she gets so many compliments on it, and people are always asking us where we got them. So this is gift number 1 for my baby girl this year. Next thing that I got for my baby girl is kind of an upgrade on a toy that we already had, but I will be donating now that we are replacing it with this one, and it is a piano, xylophone, and shaker set from KiwiCo. The nice thing about this one is that I actually received it as part of Panda Crate Plus with KiwiCo. We love the KiwiCo Panda Crates. Our kids have gotten so much use out of those toys. They're such amazing quality, and the nice thing is that the Panda Crate Plus line grows with your kids. So this one actually came as part of the Let's Listen crate, I believe, for 6 to 7 months. It was the add-on that came with that crate, and when I received it, I just set it aside and I was like, this will be one of Rosie's Christmas presents this year. And I've honestly been doing that for like the last 3 years now, is just setting aside stuff that we receive from KiwiCo crates as Christmas gifts for my kids to open, because they don't necessarily need everything at once, especially if it's an add-on like this. But this toy is great for babies that are just learning to sit up on their own and kind of want to experiment with cause and effect. You actually just press on the little buttons in front of the xylophone, and it works almost like a piano. So when you press the key down, you'll hear the sound that each of the different like levels on the xylophone make. So it's a great toy, again, for her to just like sit in front of and practice like banging on in our house, and I know that she's gonna have so much fun with it. And then it does also come with these 2 little maraca shakers as well. So I know that she's really going to enjoy this one. We are just adding to the beautiful sounds of music that are made in our household on a daily basis. So that is toy number 2 for our baby girl. The final gift that I got for our baby girl is something that I am honestly so excited to give her, even though it's not really a baby toy. It is just like a children's toy in general, and I was kind of strategic in that, knowing that she doesn't necessarily need all of these toys that are going to be like baby specific. It is the Grimm's Wooden Rainbow. This has been on my list for our kids for years now, but it's such an expensive toy that I really had a hard time pulling the trigger on it. Because I already had the piano and xylophone set from KiwiCo, I was like, I'm just gonna go all in on her final gift because it's something that our whole family is going to benefit from. So I did get the large rainbow. I actually found it on sale at a local small business, which also felt good, not just giving my money to Amazon, but giving it to a local shop owner, and they gave me 10% off on top of the discounted price. So I think that these retail for like $140, which I know it's so expensive, but I found it for $105 plus 10% off. So it was still a pricey and like splurgy gift, especially for an 8-month-old, but this will be something that, again, our whole family is going to play with. Grimm's toys are Waldorf inspired, which is something that I love when it comes to our kids' toys and the things that I want to bring into our house. I think that that is like my most favorite philosophy when it comes to children's play. And crafted in Germany, they are eco-friendly. So these things are another one of those like hand-me-down toys that you're going to have for years and years. And I hope that that's something that we can give to our kids for their future babies as well. It's not necessarily meant to just sit here as the rainbow display that your kids can set up, although that is one way that you can play with it. It's also an amazing toy to experiment with when it comes to stacking and spatial reasoning and things like that. I think our kids are going to use it quite often for their cars. I've seen a lot of people kind of use it as tunnels and putting like the little rubber roads underneath of it, or driving the cars right over top. You can make little ball runs with it. So there are so many different ways to play with it, and I'm really excited to see how our kids can get creative with it. I'm excited that I pulled the trigger, and I am even more excited that I found it on sale. Moving on to our 3-year-old daughter. These gifts, I would say, are also very intentional and kind of meet her in where all of her passions are this year. Something that I've tried to do with all of our kids this year is get things that I know that they already love to do or already love to play with, and find gifts that help them to just deepen that kind of play. I think this is one of the best ways to be more minimal with the toys that we give our kids, is to deepen their play in one area instead of introducing new things that seem really cool but they may be not as interested in or may play with for a little while and then just kind of abandon. Out of all of my kids, she was also obviously the one that was most involved in kind of voicing what some of her preferences or thoughts would be for Christmas presents this year. And to begin, I know that she is going to lose her ever-loving mind over it, and it is this sparkly princess dress, and you honestly cannot get more sparkly than this. I went for the most sparkles that I could possibly find. I found this one on Amazon. It has a sheer sleeve and a long train in the back, and I believe it is actually just another color that's been released of one of the like trending Elsa dresses that are available on Amazon. So she does actually have this dress for a much younger age. age in the shade blue, and she would kind of wear it as her Elsa dress, but she loves dress up. One of the first things that she will say when she wakes up in the morning is, can I put on a princess dress? And she's kind of rotating throughout all of them during the day. So I know she is going to be so excited about this one, especially because it did also come with the long dark pink gloves and a little bow with a jewel on the end. Of course, it also has the matching tiara and little scepter, and a fun thing is that it came with these little clip-on earrings too. So I know that she's gonna have such a blast with all of these things. I feel like when she opens this, she's just gonna put it on immediately and probably forget for a minute that she's got other presents under the tree. Next gift for my 3-year-old little girl, I don't actually have with me today, which is so sad. I tried to order everything in advance enough to actually show you guys in this video, and this one was supposed to be delivered yesterday. So kind of bummed about that, but honestly, it's on me because this gift I actually ordered from Temu. I know I would not advocate for ordering from that website. I feel like it is a little bit sketchy. All of this to say, the only reason that I ordered things off of Temu is because last year, my best friend made my 3-year-old daughter a dollhouse for Christmas. It is such a stunning dollhouse and like once in a lifetime gift, but when she gave it to her, she had outfitted the dollhouse with a bunch of little furniture pieces that were all sourced from Temu. Over the course of the past year, that dollhouse has received a lot of love, and all of the little pieces have received a lot of love. Some of the little pieces have gone missing during play dates and gatherings. Some of the little pieces have been broken. And so my daughter's big dollhouse is looking a little sparse right now. She plays in that dollhouse with her Myli mice. And if there are any other parents that are collecting Myli products for their kids, you would know that the dollhouse pieces and like furniture elements for those mice are astronomically expensive. Some pieces are $100, and I'm sure they're great quality, indestructible, but for a 3-year-old, it's just not super realistic right now, but she still really loves to play with it. So I actually found a bunch of dupes for Myli furniture on Temu, and I'm going to be replacing some of the things that my friend Brittany had originally purchased for the dollhouse but had broken. So I did spend about $40 on new furniture from Temu, and depending on whether or not it arrives this week, I will either show a photo here or insert some footage for you guys to see what it looked like when it arrives. I got a little cast iron baby bed because she loves putting her little baby sister and baby brother mice to sleep in there. I got her a little bookcase and some miniature books to stack on the bookcase because that was something that was in the original dollhouse when she received it, but the little books just ripped apart. A bunch of them went missing, obviously. So I think I spent like $6 to get some new miniature books in there because that was something that she asked about earlier this year. She was like, can I please get some more books for my mice? So I made that happen for her. I also really hope that the sizing of this one works out. I got her a really cute like miniature armoire to put some of her mice's clothes into. She's getting to the point now where she does like to change them in and out of their outfits, and I thought that could be just a cute thing to kind of shove some of those pieces into. And then the final thing that I got for the dollhouse was little tiny plates and like a little picnic set as well. She does have one of the Myli kind of like tea and biscuit sets, but again, it was like $45. Pieces, you guys, are so small. So I feel like I'm constantly guarding them with my life, which is not something that I have the capacity to do all of the time, especially as we add more kids to our household. And so I thought getting one of the little small food sets from Temu could be a good way for her to still play it that way with a little bit less consequence if it does also get lost. Now I will share with you guys the final gift that I got for my 3-year-old little girl this Christmas, and she is going to absolutely lose it over this gift. My daughter is obsessed with baby dolls. It has been a full year of her still playing with her babies every single day. Last year she got 2 baby dolls from Christmas. I think the brand of them was Babby, and those dolls have definitely been her most played with thing over the past year. This year she has requested another baby doll, and I was just like, what am I supposed to do here? Like, just give you another one of the same baby dolls that you already have? But instead I did a little bit of research. I reached out to some moms that I follow who have like similar philosophies when it comes to toys for their kids, but have girls that are older than my daughter is, and they recommended that I go for what is like the Cadillac of baby girl dolls, and that is a Paulo Reina doll. So you may be wondering, what makes this baby doll better than a doll that I can get for my daughter at like Walmart or Target? Paulo Reina dolls have been around for I think 25 years now, so there's quite a long history on these ones as well. They are handcrafted in Spain, so this is a beautiful doll. They make a ton of different outfits for these baby dolls that you can add on to as well over time. But the reason I know my daughter is going to love this one is because it does make these little like crying, whimpering sounds sounds. And I know you're probably thinking, why would you add that into your house? You already have 3 children that are making crying, whimpering sounds. I just know that she's gonna love it. It will make this sound like 3 times, and if you don't put the soother in, it will just stop. It's not gonna keep crying, it can't wet the bed, it's not going to be doing like anything exasperating, but it does make those little sounds. And then as you can see here, it has a little soother that is attached to it. Once you pop that soother into the baby's mouth, it will be quiet. I may have to report back on whether or not it drives me insane. From my research, I have gathered that it's not too loud, it's nothing crazy, but I will report back on how it kind of all unfolds. The other thing that's nice about these dolls is, I'm not sure if you guys can see it, but like when you lie them flat, they close their eyes. So it looks like they're sleeping. And when you tilt them back up, it looks like they have woken up, which is another thing that I know that my little girl is going to love. So this is one that I am super excited to give to her, especially just knowing her love for babies and the way that she has taken care of her little baby dolls over the past year. She's got the stroller now, the diaper bag, the baby bed. So this is really going to deepen, I think, her love for playing with baby dolls. So those are all of the toys that I got for my kids individually this year, but I do have one large group gift to give to them as well. And that is a full-size Yoto player. So this is the Yoto player 3rd generation. And if you guys have been here for any length of time, you will know that we have loved our Yoto Mini that I gifted as like the main big gift to my kids last year. And I thought that this would be a great group gift, knowing that they do really love the Yoto player so far. So the main differences to my knowledge of the Mini and this one here is that this one also has like wake routines and alarms that you can add. You can do like free sleep sounds and white noise on this one. And it also obviously has the big like screen too. So when you put the Yoto cards in, I'm pretty sure it will also show visuals of what is happening in the story on the screen. It's nothing crazy. It's not like they're watching TV or something like that, but it's just another added element to make it really fun for them. My 2-year-old little boy is starting to fight his naps a little bit. So now this will be a nice option because I do have them separated for naps, that I'll have one Yoto player in one room and another Yoto player in another room. Because honestly, the Yoto is what saved us and kind of allowed us to reintroduce quiet time when my first child started fighting her naps. Introducing that in her quiet time allowed her to actually settle down and give her something to get excited about doing in there. So with that main group gift, I do have some cards as well. It came with and gave me the option to bundle a couple of cards. So I got some Peppa Pig cards for my 3-year-old, and it was one of the options that came with the Yoto. So it came with this little Peppa and Friends card as well as a Count with Peppa card. And then for my little boy, who will probably more often use the Mini now because he needs less features during his quiet time / nap, I got this little 5-minute stories collection from Paw Patrol because he is a big Paw Patrol fan right now, and I think that he's really going to love this card. The last thing that I want to share with you guys is a product that is very much related to the screen-free audio device world for kids. It's something that our kids were actually sent in the mail a couple of weeks ago now, but have been playing with constantly. And I was thinking about giving it to them for Christmas, but I was like, I don't want to overwhelm with what they're already receiving. And it is this little Bible Stories for Kids speaker. So this is a product that I had been seeing a lot of Christian parents talk about recently and was so excited to try for ourselves as well. I don't know how to describe it other than kind of like a Christian Yoto player. If you are looking for a screen-free kind of audio device for your kids, but you want to make sure the quality of what they are listening to is good and biblical and like good theology, then this is a great option for you. It plays a number of different Bible stories. It plays kids Christian songs that they might be hearing in Sunday school, like This Little Light of Mine. It also has some guided prayers for kids on it as well. I haven't listened through everything yet, but so far so good when it comes to like a theology perspective and it encouraging things that we want our kids to know and grow in when it comes to their knowledge of the Lord as they grow up. So this is a really great option if you are thinking of something like the Yoto this year but are just not 100% sure on what you want to give to your kids. This one is like fully removed. There is no access to kind of any outside voices or audio. It is just 100% Christian audio, and again, you will get Bible stories, songs, and prayers on it. So our kids have been loving their little Bible story speaker as well. Well, as you can see, I am picking things up a couple of days later. The unthinkable happened as I was trying to wrap that video up. My husband had the kids out that morning because I had literally all of their Christmas gifts scattered across our living room unopened. And as I was filming, he calls me and he's like, I'm gonna be back in 5 minutes. And I was like I am not prepared to wrap this up and get all of these gifts away. So I immediately stopped filming without an outro, tried to bag everything up. They all walked in the door as I was like putting the last of the gifts into a huge IKEA bag just to try and hide it and shove it all into the laundry room. So I really did risk it all for you guys. That being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video and that it gave you a little bit of inspiration as to what to get your kids for Christmas this year. I would love to hear from you guys if you have started shopping or finished for your kids, what you got them for Christmas as well. So feel free to pop all of that down in the comment section. Did also want to remind you guys that if any of you are interested in checking out a Birch Living mattress, whether for a Christmas gift for yourself or even just to upgrade your sleep into the new year, that I do have a discount with Birch Living. All you have to do is head to birchliving.com/BethMoore and you can get 20% off of any Birch Living mattress as well as 2 free Eco Rest pillows. So thank you to Birch for working with me on this video. Thank you guys so much for being here, and until my next video, I love you guys. Happy Christmas shopping, and I will see you soon.